Okay, so hello guys, good evening. Welcome to our special session for our last topic this finals in Calculus 1. So our topic is on the differential. Okay, so we have the differential of a function using the differentiation formulas. And we will be discussing the applications of differential, which is the estimation of propagated error, and then the use of differential in approximating function values. So, what do we mean by this? Yung, for example, the square root of a certain value, magkakasama sila 4s, ganoon naman pa. And then, solve the derivative of a parametric equation, and then we'll see kung kaya pa nating abutin yung radius and center of curvature after our lecture today. Mag-notebook kayo. Hindi yung parang nanood lang kayo sa Robinson.
May notes kami dito, sir.
Sige. Baka parang feel nyo nasa Robinson kayo, nanonood lang ng sine, tapos hanggang kain-kain lang kayo ng banana Q dyan, tsaka pansit canton. Wala kang natutunan. Okay? So, thank you for your time. So, ay, Roden, hindi pa ako nag-i-start. May favor ka na agad. Sir, Tuesday na po ang quiz. Pag-isipan ko, depende sa panaginip ko. Okay? Depende sa panaginip ko mamaya. Kung mag-good night ang baby ko mamaya, ayan. Sa Tuesday ang quiz. Pero pag walang good night ako mamaya, wala. Monday ang quiz. Baka Sunday pa, ganun. Okay, so let's start class. So first is that we are going to discuss the differential. So by the way, ano ang difference between the, what do you call this now, the derivative and differential? Ito na, diretso na tayo dito para hindi tayo maraming sinasabi. Okay? So sabi dito class, given y is equal to function of x and represent a function that is differentiable on an open interval containing x. The differential of x, so ang pagkakasulat ng class, differential of x ay dx. Ibig sabihin, that is the change in x. Okay? And that is any non-zero real number. Then the differential of y naman class is denoted as dy, or that is the change in y, but they are not the same with the change in y. The dy class is just approximately equal to your delta y, wherein the delta y class, that is the exact value of the change. Okay, di ba, for example, kasi yung sinabi natin kanina na itong representation nito class, this one, okay, this graph here class. Okay? So ito yung x natin, kumbaga, ito yung value ni x natin. And then there's a delta x here class. So ito yung x plus delta x. Di ba? And then if you're going to measure it here class, ito na ngayon class yung function of x mo. And then itong delta x class from there to there, that is your function of x delta x. Means class, kung nagbago, may difference in your x, where in this delta x class is very small, okay, meron ding pagbabago sa iyong y, okay, but very small lang din. Okay? So yung delta y mo class is just equal to or approximately equal to your differential of y, or the delta y is equal to the, di ba class, ang f prime x mo, di ba, ang f prime x, that is the first derivative, or that is the dy all over dx. Tama? So yung dy mo, ang delta y mo is equal to dy, or the delta y class is your f prime x delta x. So, paano yan? Malalaman natin mamaya. So this is the general equation class of your differential of y. Okay? dy over dx is equal to the f prime of x. And then ang dy, di ba ganito yung pagkakasulat niyang class, ang dy ngayon is equal to f prime of x, then cross multiply mo dy. Ibig sabihin class, ang derivative, first derivative, ang tawag doon ay itong dy all over dx, or that is the derivative of a function. Ang differential is, that is the differential of y is equal to, cross multiply mo yun, f prime of x dy. Ito yung ginagamit na later on class sa inyong integral calculus. For example, this is the integral of this, and then the integral of your f prime of x with respect to your y. Ang tawag dito is differential of y. Ito is the derivative of the function. Kuha? Okay. So, this one. Ayan, ito yung pagkakasulat class. Ito na lang yung gawin natin. Ayan. May question ito class. Meron kaming, sa exam to ha, kasali dito Kaya be careful during the exam when you read the question. The question is, what is the derivative of and what is the differential of? They have difference, okay? So for example here, you are given y equals x squared. So what is the derivative of that? You get the derivative of your y, which is dy all over dx. And what is the derivative of that? That is 2x. And then ang sabi natin class, ang differential is, so we solve for the differential of y. Para ang mangyayari yan class is, the differential of y now, so given y no, is equal to, ano ang derivative ng 2x class? 2 times the differential of x dx. Okay? Ay 2x dx. Dapat 2 lang. Ay 2x squared pala to. Sorry, x squared, no? So ano ang derivative ng x squared? That is 2x. Okay? And then the differential of x is dx. Parang ganon. So the differential of y equals x squared is dy 2x dx. Nakuha? Next, your square root of x, that is the derivative of your y with respect to x. This is the derivative. Okay? So that is equal to 1 all over 2 square root of x. And then when we solve for its differential class, anong gagawin mo? Ano na lang gawin mo? Tanggalin mo yung dx, i-cross multiply mo doon. Okay? Magiging dx, kaya dx all over 2 square root ni x. Next, 2 sine x. Ang derivative niya is dy all over dx equals 2 cosine x. Okay, cross multiply dx, kaya yun ang kanyang differential. Nakuha? Walang pagbabago dun sa derivatives. Walang pagbabago, same rules. Only that in the representation. Derivative is different from differential. Nakuha? Okay? So this notation is called the Leibniz notation, okay, for derivative and differentials, named after German mathematician Leibniz. Okay, the beauty of this notation is that it provides an easy way to remember several important calculus formulas by making it seem as though the formulas were derived from algebraic manipulations or differentials. Okay, more examples na tayo. Punta naman tayo class ngayon sa application. Ay, hindi. Another example. Find the differential of dy. Okay, I find the differential dy or the differential of y or differential dy of the given function. So you have your y equals x cubed minus 4x squared plus 5x. Okay? So ang gagawin mo lang dyan class is that when you follow the process in differentiation, you get just the differential of y is dy, and then you get the derivative of your yung dependent variable mo, which is yung my x. So that is x cubed, that is 3x squared. 4x squared is 8x, and then the derivative of 5x is 5. And then the differential of x, so times dx. But the shortcut here is, ganito na lang muna class, di ba given y? So gawin mo na lang muna is derivative ni y is dy all over dx equals, ano ang derivative ni x cubed? 3x squared minus 8x. Derivative ni 5x is plus 5. So dapat ang maiwan lang dito sa left is dy. So dy now is 3x squared minus 8x plus 5 times your dx. Kasi kakailanganin natin yan later on in the approximation. Imumultiply natin yung value ni dx para makuha natin si dy. Gumaga, ito lang yung basic na part niya. If you have question, just just butt in. Sir, hindi po namin yan, sir, naka-open na kami. Okay, very good. Sir, hindi po namin paulit po. Ganun ha, just butt in ha. Okay? So next example number 2. Ayan. Same pa rin yung process natin ng Lodi high, high di low. Class, huwag kayong mawawala sa differentiation. Ang daming differentiation doon sa exam. Only that, mas madami yung yung differentiation natin, mas marami yung derivative natin, yes, differentiation dun sa final part natin, we're in the transcendental functions. So what are these transcendental functions? We have yung, ano na yun, yung trigo functions, ano na yan, trigo functions, inverse trigo functions, yung exponential and logarithmic functions. Yun yung most na ide-derive na linagay namin sa final exam. Okay? So, pero yung process pa rin naman is still, if there are two functions na magka-multiply together, you apply product rule, and then ang derivative ni base, kung derivative siya ng, kung trigo function siya, o the derivative ng trigo function. Okay? Walang complicated dun sa exam na binigay namin. Kumbaga, mababastos kayo pag nabasa nyo yung exam later on. Okay? So, you apply here quotient rule. So, pag dinerive natin ito, of course, applying via differential. So you have your dy equals the derivative now of the function. So ito na, law is squared. So 3x minus 1 is squared. Then law, 3x minus 1, derivative ni height, 2x. Ano ang derivative ni 2x? So 2 dx. Di ba? Applying differential. And then height, then derivative ni law, 3 dx. And then, simplifying further, ito yung makukuha mo. Pero pag ang ginawa mo class is that, disregard muna sa dx dito, nilagay mo muna dito dy all over dx, and then after simplifying it, you cross multiply mo, same lang kayong makukuha. Okay? Basta ang point dito, read the question carefully, the difference between derivative and differential. Nakuha? Yes. So, x ln of x, gaya lang nito class, x ln of x, di ba, kunin mo ang derivative nito, kunin natin, y is equal to x ln of x. Product rule to class, hawak kayo malilito. U, derivative ni v, plus v, derivative ni u. U, so dy all over dx, ano ang u mo? X. U is x, so u, x, derivative ni v. Ano ang derivative ni ln? Di ba du all over u. So magiging derivative ni x is 1, all over u is x. Plus v, so that is your ln of x. Derivative ni u, ano ang derivative ni x? That is 1. Okay, cancel. So may naiwan na 1 plus ln of x. Ln of x times 1 is ln of x. Okay, so that is your dy all over dx. Then cross multiply, so magiging dy all over dx is dy is equal to 1 plus ln of x times dx. Nakuha? I hope so. Masyado bang mabilis or sakto lang? Hello? Ma'am? Hello? Okay lang kayo? Okay lang. Pwede ba mag-comment naman kayo? Okay lang, sir, ganun? Okay lang po, sir. Okay. So, for the other examples, basta ang differential, nakaseparate si dx. Nasa LMS na to para isolve ninyo. Yes? Ito, constant to class. Implicit differentiation pero constant. Di ba yan yung a raised to u ninyo? Yan yung a raised to u. When if it is a raised to u where a is constant, that is a raised to u. Ln of a times du all over dx. The derivative of your exponent with respect to your x. So, 4 raised to x. So, ang a mo dito is 4. Ang u ko is x. Okay? So, copy mo lang 4 raised to x and then ln of your a which is 4 times derivative of x is 1. And then derivative is dx. For differential to and then a raised to u again is y. Ang u ko is y. So, 4y is equal to and then ln of 4, ln of your a which a is 4 times 1. Then the differential of y which is dy equals the derivative of 32 is equal to 0. And then if you're going to simplify, makuha mo si negative 4 raised to x minus y. Okay? So that is in your LMS. dito kayo makinig sa may application of differentials. Ito yung lalabas sa quiz nyo on Monday. Okay? Ito yung lalabas sa quiz nyo on Monday. So, compute the, sige, pag-isipan ko kung Monday or Tuesday. Okay? Compute square root of 37 approximately by use of differentials. So, class, I repeat, isulat nyo to para maintindihan nyo. Okay. Sir, what is the use of that? If for instance, class, you don't have your calculator with you during quizzes or sit works, or you don't have a calculator, we don't have calculator. We can apply differential class to use, we can apply or we can use the differentials to approximately solve the yung square root of a certain value, especially yung mga hindi exact. Example, that one, square root of 37. So, hindi mo alam. Okay? So, ganito ang first technique niyan, class. Okay? You let the whole given square root of 37, buong square root of 37 class be equal to y plus dy. Okay? Itong dy class, that is the change in y. Kumbaga, merong konting change in y na idadagdag natin kay buong y natin. Kaya meron tayong differential kanina, diba? Kaya natin kinukuha yung dy natin. Kasi mamaya, kukunin natin yung value ni dy para i-add natin kay y natin. Okay, after which, you have your 37. Yung 37 yung nasa loob ni square root. Ang gawin mo naman dyan, class, is it should be equal to x plus dx. From that 37 class, makukuha natin ang value ni x and makukuha natin ang value ni dx. Okay, paano po i-identify, sir, yung value ni x and dx? Okay, si x class dapat is a whole number, that be a whole number. Okay, I repeat, si x should be a whole number wherein that is yung nearest na perfect square root nung given na value. Kasi ang given, di ba, square root ni 37. Ngayon, ano yung ang number na perfect square root, perfect square? Okay, which is, so 36, di ba? Kasi square root of 36 is 6. So siya yung may pinakamalapit kay 37. Nakuha nyo? A perfect square number na pinakamalapit dun sa given. So 37, so ano ang may pinakamalapit dun? 36, wherein the square root of 36 is 6. Therefore, class, ang x mo dyan ay 36. Ngayon, x plus dx is 37, di ba? Kailangan mong mabuo siya na 37 pa rin. So if that is 36, ano pa yung natira pala maging 37 siya? Di ba? Meron pang 1. Ibig sabihin, class, ang si 37, when linet natin siyang x plus dx, ang x na value, class, ay 36 and then ang dx niya ay 1. Kailangan natin yan mamaya. Okay? So I repeat, ang first step, you have your square root of 37. Let square root of 37 equals to y plus dy. And then yung loob niya, si given, 37, should be equal to x plus dx, wherein your x there is a perfect square nearest to 37. And then yung x na yun, kung ano yung natira, yun yung i-plus mo, yun yung magsisilbing dx niya. Okay? Mag-start na tayo ng ating solution. Ngayon, yung given mismo, class, na square root of 37, gawin mo siyang let y be equal to square root of x. Magsasolve ka na, let y be equal to square root of x. From there, makukunin mo yung differential niya, class. Differential ni y using square root of x. Di ba? So, ang differential niya, class, kunin mo muna ang derivative ni square root of x. Di ba? Ang derivative niyan, class, is 1 all over 2 square root ni x. Okay? So, times dx. So, imbes na dy all over dx kasi, class, since differential yan, dapat isang dx natin, transfer natin doon kaya magiging dx. Kaya ito siya. dy all over 2 square root, dy is equal to dx all over 2 square root ni x. Ito kasi yung kailangan natin kaya application siya ni differential. Nakuha nyo, hindi na siya dy all over dx. And from the given, class, yung ginawa natin kanina dito sa 37x plus dx, wherein ang x natin ay 36, ang dx natin ay 1, isubstitute natin kay dy. Ang dx natin ay 1, ang x natin ay 36. Nasundan? Kaya siya naging 1 all over 2 square root ni 36. Nag-base to class doon. Okay? Yung value ni x and 36 natin. And from there, masosolve natin ay 1 all over 12. Okay? Meron ka na ngayong dy. Ngayon class, balik ka ngayon dito sa taas. Oh, 'di ba ito yung class? Ng square root ni 37 daw ay equals kay y plus dy. Tama? O, ano ang y mo, class? O, 'di ba ang y mo is ito, y is equal to the square root of x. And ano ang x mo? 36. Okay, ayan, dito pala, square root of 37 is equal to y plus dy. Yung una, class, nag-let y tayo is equal to square root of x. Kaya ginawa dito is square root of x, which is, ang x mo is 36. Plus yung dy na na-solve natin kanina, that is 1 all over 12. Okay? So pag pinag-solve mo, pag sinolve mo yan, class, that is equal to 6.083. Hindi siya parehas exactly dun sa lalabas sa calculator kasi nga approximation lang yan. I-check nyo, class, square root of 37 sa calculator nyo. That is 6.08276, wherein approximately equal to 6.083. Nakuha nyo? Differential. Lalabas yan sa summative exam nyo. Okay? At least you can double check naman your answer through your calculator. Pag ginamit yung differential in solving for the in solving approximation, tapos i-check nyo sa calculator yung layo-layo ng sagot, that means there is something wrong with your answer pag ganon. Nakuha? Okay. Ito, fifth root, class. This is the fifth root of the square root of 31.6. Okay, we compute daw, class, by by using differentials. So, yung kanina, class, is square root. Okay, ito is fifth root. Una, yung buong buo, class, gawin mong y plus dy, the differential of y. And then yung nasa loob, that is your x plus dx. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin is, dapat, class, yung x mo is a whole number and a perfect fifth root. Okay, perfect square kanina, no? So, perfect fifth. Nearest naman to the given 31.6. Ano yung value, class, na perfect fifth near to 31.6? Diba 32? Kasi ang fifth root ng 32 is 2. Nakuha? So, ang nearest perfect fifth, class, to 31.6 is 32. Ngayon, so ano ang magiging dx ko? Kung x ko ay 32, ang given 31.6, edi magiging negative 0.4 kasi I need to subtract negative 0.4 para maging 31.6 pa rin siya. Nakuha nyo? So from there, ang x ko ay 32, ang dx ko ay negative 0.4. Okay? So hanapin natin si dy, hanapin natin ang value ni dy para ma-solve natin to. Nakuha? Okay, una, ang ilet natin, yung kanina square lang, so solo square. Ito, fifth root of x naman. Okay, so let y be equal to this fifth root of x. Ano ang derivative ng fifth root of x? Di ba parang x raised to 1/5 yan, class? Baba, capital base minus 1, derivative of the base. From there, ito ang makukuha mo. Tama? dy all over dx sana yan. Kaso, by differential, ililipat natin si dx doon. I-cross multiply natin sa kabilang side. So magiging dx all over 5 times fifth root of x to the fourth. After which, meron tayong value ni dx which is negative 0.4. We have value ni x which is 32. So we just substitute here. Okay? Dapat 32 to, class. X 32 raised to the fourth dapat yan. Okay? Should be 32 raised to the fourth. Paki-calculate niya yung dy. I-double check natin kasi parang mali yung nailagay kong value. 0.4 all over 5 times fifth root of 32 raised to 4. It should be to dapat, class, is ano, hindi to yan. Dapat negative 1 all over 200. Okay? That should be 1 over 200. This one. Okay? Negative. Ba't siya nag-move? Oh, sumasayaw siya. Kasi naka-box siya. Negative 1 all over. Ito na lang. Should be negative 1 all over 200. Okay? Ito class. So meron ka ng dy. Negative 1 all over 200. So this is wrong. Okay? And then, balik ka na dun sa given class. Y plus dy daw tong fifth root of square root of fifth root of 31.6 wherein ang y natin is fifth root of x wherein our x is 32 plus our dy which is negative 1 all over 200. So fifth root of 32 is 2 and then minus the negative 1 all over 200. So minus negative 1 all over 200 and that is equal to 2. So parang plus 1 all over 200. 2.005, tama ba? Wait lang. Negative 4 all over 5 times fifth root of 32 raised to 4. Okay. So, negative 1 all over 20 lang. 20 lang to class. Okay. Tama ba? Paki-double check. Sabayan nyo naman ako mag-calculator. Uy. Negative 4, fifth root of 32 raised to 4. Negative 1 all over 20 or 1 over 200. 20 lang, no? Hello? So, plus negative 1 all over 20. So, mangyayari is minus 1 all over 20 lang. So, ang sagot dyan is, 2 minus 1 all over 20 is 1.95. Okay? So, same pa rin naman, 1.95. Ha? 200? Negative 0.4 all over 5 times fifth root of 32 raised to 4. Alam? O nga, 200 nga. Negative 1 all over 200. Yes. So 200, then 1 over 200. So ilan yung class? 2 plus answer that is 1.995. No? So ang sagot class is 1.995. Nakuha? Okay, let's check. Fifth root of 31.6. Fifth root of 31.6 and that is 1.99497. Okay? 1.99497. And they are approximately equal to one another. Okay? This one naman. Find the approximate value of y when x is equal to 2.01. Okay? So, ang gawin mo lang naman dito, class, ibig sabihin, class, ang x mo lagi is kailangan mong hanapin ng x and dx mo. Ang x mo is whole number. So, x mo dito is 2, ang dx mo is 0.01. So, ang magiging approximate value naman lagi, class, is equal to y plus dy. Okay? The approximate value will always be equal to your y plus dy. And then yung x mo, kunin mo yung x, whole number yung x, ang dx mo is 0.01. So, y now, class, is equal to x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. So, para kunin natin si dy, we get the differential of y. And the differential of y, class, is 3x squared plus 4x dx. Okay? So, kunin natin yan, class, para solve natin si dy. Punta tayo dito. Okay? When x is equal to 2 and dx is equal to 0.01, ano ang dy? So, substitute mo lang si 2 kay x, class. So, 3x squared. So, palitan natin si x ng 2 plus 4 times 2. And then times yung value ng dx mo which is 0.01. And then ang dy mo is 0.20. Sir, how about si y? Si y naman, class, balik ka lang kay y and then palitan mo si x ng 2. So dito yung class, So y is equal to x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3. Then we change 2 palitan natin si x ng 2, kay 2 cubed plus 2 times 2 squared minus 3, and that is 13. And then yung approximation natin should be y plus dy lagi. So that is 13 plus dy mo is 0.20. So that is 13.20. So that is the required approximation. Nakuha? Ay, mag-open mic naman kayo. Yes po. Gano'n naman kayo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good, Antonio. Okay. Ito. Sige nga, itry nyo nga class, tapos i-comment nyo yung sagot nyo. Okay man, itry nyo man. 2 minutes to try. If y is equal to 2x minus 1 raised to 4, find the approximate value of y when x is equal to 0.98. By the way, if ito ay x is equal to 0.98, di ba ang sabi natin, this should be equal to x plus dx. And then yung x mo dapat whole number, di ba? Ano yung whole number near to 0.98 class? Ha? Sa okay mo ta?
1, sir.
Okay, that
One,
is
sir.
1.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
ibig sabihin ang dx natin ay negative 0.02. Okay? Sige. Using approximation class, using differential, pakikuha kung anong value nito. Pakilagay sa comment section. Ay, may nagtatry ba? Baka wala naman akong inaantay. Last 1 minute. Charge ko lang tong laptop. Sige, first to answer, first to comment. May +1 sa quiz. Okay, 0.92 ba, sir? Bakit may pa-cry-cry ka? Sige, let's check if it is 0.92. 0.84. Okay, let's check. Let's double check. Okay, so we need y and dy. So first is that we have your x, which is equal to 1, and then your dx is negative 0.02. So yung y mo, class, is quantity 2x minus 1 raised to 4. And then, kinuha niyo yung dy, which is baba, copy the base, 2x minus 1 cube, derivative ni base 2 times differential of x. Diba? And then, so 8 times 2x minus 1 cube. Saan niya linagay? Andito sa baba pala. Okay? And then times yung dx natin which is negative 0.02. Kindly check kung that is 0.16. 8 times 2 minus 1 raised to 3 times negative 0.02, and that is correct, negative 0.16. So meron ka ng dy. And then we go to your y. Your y is 2x minus 1 raised to 4, and then we substitute x is equal to 1 kasi ang x natin is 1. So 2 times 1, that is 2 minus 1, 1 raised to 4, that is still 1. Kasi 1 raised to any number is 1. So 1 plus negative 0.16, that is 0.84. Sakto ba, Roden? 0.84? Nasobrahan ka. Yes, sir. Di ko na times derivative ng base. Okay. Always be careful. Yes? Okay. Okay lang yan. Mataas mo masyado grade mo. Pero thank you for your participation. Okay. Ito naman, class. Another application of the differential. The circumference of a circle is 100 centimeters. If the radius is increased by 0.1, ibig sabihin, class, ang pag minimal lang ang increase, parang anong dating nito? Parang related rates. Okay? Pero hindi to in terms of time, ganun, no? The circumference of a circle is 100 centimeters. If the radius is increased by 0.1 centimeters, ibig sabihin, class, ito yung meron siyang differential of x. May change in x. Okay? Pero instead of using x as a variable, we use r kasi radius naman yung nabago. So you have your dr is equal to 0.1. The differential of r is 0.1 kasi minimal lang yung change. Okay? So given circumference, which is 100, that is C, find the approximate increase in the area. Okay, so if there's an increase of, or there is a minimal increase of 0.1, okay, in the circumference of a circle, what is the approximate increase in its area? By the way, this is circumference, that is 2 pi r. Tama? Circumference is the perimeter of a circle, and the formula for that is 2 pi r, and that is equal to your 100. Find the approximate increase in the area. So, ibang area sa circumference. Ano ang area? That is pi r squared. Nakuha? Now, ang given is circumference and dr ang given. We don't have r, but the circumference is given. So, we can solve for your r using this formula. So, here, class, you have your circumference is equal to 2 pi r. So 100 is equal to 2 pi r. So all over 2 pi, all over 2 pi. Masolve natin ang ating r, which is 50 all over pi centimeters. So meron ka ng r. Okay? Ang tinatanong, class, is the approximate increase in the area. Ibig sabihin, class, the differential of your area or dA. Nakuha? Okay, so here, class, the formula for area is pi r squared. Okay, so the differential of A is equal to baba. Okay, copy the base. Then, constant pala si pi. So, multiplier si pi. And then, copy the base, minus 1. Derivative ni r or the differential of r is dr. So, dA is equal to 2 pi r dr. Just for a while, tumatawag yung kapatid ko. Okay, let's continue. So, you multiply 2 pi and then yung r mo, which is 50 all over pi, and then yung dr natin, given, na meron yun, di ba, given yung dr natin, that is 0.1, you know, dr is 0.1, so substitute, so that is 10 square centimeters. Okay, so that's also for approximation. If there's just an increase of a minimal value. Ha? Ay, tanda piksaan ta. Wait, class. Okay? The next example tayo. The radius of a sphere is measured to be 4 centimeters with an error of 0.002 centimeters. So, ibig sabihin class, ano tong 4? This is your R. Okay? 0.002, pag error class or increase wherein that is very minimal, okay, wherein we are referring to radius, ang error niya is 0.002, that is your differential of R. 0.002. Find the relative and percentage error in the computed volume. So how to solve for the relative error and the percentage error? The relative error class, that is that's the derivative of V over V. So kunin mo muna yung differential ni V class divided by your V. And then ang percentage error is derivative ni V over V, or kung bagalat is your relative error times 100, then lagyan mo ng percent. Yung sagot mo later on. Okay? Meron kaming question nito sa exam. What is the percentage error of this? Meron kaming problem na binigay. Ang tinanong namin, what is the percentage error? Okay, wag malilito kasi ang nilagay namin, baka ang nakuha niya is relative error na dinagyan nyo na yun ng percentage. Okay? Alam niyo naman maglagay ng percent, di ba? Mag-move ka ng 2 decimal places. For example, 100%, that is just equal to 1. Kasi di ba mag-move ka ng 1, 2, or 1. 1 or 100%. Di ba parang ganun yun? Kasi mag-multiply ka ng 100. Nakuha? Okay. So ang question dun sa exam, what is the percentage error? Okay? So, ang tanong dito class, you have your radius R and then find the relative and percentage in the computed volume. So it's about sa volume ang usapan. So you know the formula of the volume of the sphere, that is 4/3 pi r cubed. Okay? So that is a volume. Kunin mo lang ang derivative ni V. Una is kunin mo yung derivative ni, dito tayo sa, okay, volume. So derivative ni V, so that is 4/3 pi. Ang R mo is given, that is 4 cube. Ay, kinuha niya muna si volume class kasi di ba kinukuha natin is derivative of V over volume. So kinuha niya si volume. So ang volume class is 256 pi over 3 cubic. The derivative of V class is 4/3 baba si 3, then pi minus 1 si exponent ni R2, derivative ni R dr. Okay, you have your dr which is 0.002, you have your r which is 4, and then ang nakuha class na derivative ni V is 0.4 t to 1 cubic centimeter. And the relative error class is derivative of V all over V. So simplify, 0.15. Okay? And to solve for the percentage error, you just multiply 100%, so that is 0.0015 times 100. Okay, so that is 0.15. Don't forget to write your percentage sign. So that is, may question kaming ganyan sa final exam. Okay? There is a question like that in the final exam. Okay, sir, paano po if ganito ang gawin na lang namin? Kasi since ang formula class is dv all over v, what if kunin ko muna ang derivative ni v divided by v, formula-based tayo. Okay, paano yun, sir? Ano ang derivative ni v class? Diba ang volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Ang derivative ni V class is equal to 4/3 is a constant, pi is a constant, si r cubed na lang, di ba? So, baba, copy the base, minus 1, derivative ni base, which is dr. So, cancel si 3. Okay, so may natira na 4 pi r squared dr. Tama ba? Palit natin dito. dv is 4 pi r squared dr. And then, ang V mo is 4/3 pi r cubed. Pi, cancel. 4, cancel. Yung r squared, cancel. May naiwan na isa sa baba. Ito is nasa denominator. Pupunta siya sa taas, di ba? Kasi kukunin mo yung reciprocal, then i-multiply mo sa numerator. So, that is just equal to your 3 dr all over, may naiwan na r dito, all over r. So, parang it's thrice dr all over r. So, 3 times dr, that is 0.002 all over the radius 4. Anong nakuha niyo dyan, class? Kindly calculate using your calculator. Di ba? That is 1.5 times 10 raised to negative 3, or that is just the same this one, 0.0015. Di ba? Kung mag-multiply ka ng 100, that is just 3 all over 15, or that is just 0.15%. O, di ba? Parehas lang. Pag ang gagawin nyo class is formula based, gawin nyo muna is i-solve nyo muna yung formula, derivative of V all over V. Pwede lang din yon. Para hindi mo muna i-solve si V, hindi mo muna i-solve si R. Nakuha? Pwede lang yon. You try this one class. You can apply formula based muna bago mo i-solve. Dito let's try to understand the problem. For a right circular cylinder of a height 25 centimeters, so you have a height 25. The radius was measured to be 20 centimeters with an error of 0.05. Class, ano tong 0.05? Is that the error in the height or error in the radius? By the way, if the in problem solving, dapat magaling kayo sa comprehension, ha? Okay. So what is that 0.05 there? Is that the error in the radius or error in the cylinder? Okay, sa radius. Okay? So this one is, the radius was measured as 20 with an error of 0.05. So that is your DR. Okay? Find the approximate percentage error, again, in the computed volume. So that is percentage error. So you solve first the relative error, then times 100. Okay? Now, I have a question. Si radius, siya ang may siya ang may error na 0.05. So may changes siya, meron siyang changes ng 0.05. So hindi siya pwedeng ma-fix sa 20 lang. It can be 0.05, 20.05, 20.04. Kumbaga umiikot doon kasi may error. However, class, yung height niya, class, that is 25 centimeters, is it treated as constant or variable? Si height ng 25 centimeters, constant ba siya or variable?
Constant, sir.
Okay, that is constant. Ibig sabihin, that will be treated as constant. So, parang multiplier lang siya. Okay, yung height nyo na 25 centimeters. At kung nangyari yon na yung isa is constant, wala siyang pakinabang sa solution class, maka-cancel out yan. So, pwede mo siyang i-formula base muna para makuha yung sagot. Or, kung gusto mong step by step naman, which is yun yung naka-upload sa LMS ninyo, okay lang din naman. Okay? So, kindly try that one. What is the approximate percentage error in the computed volume? Sige, 2 minutes. You try class. Dito naman yung formula. Percentage error is equal to derivative of V all over V. And the volume, the formula for the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times H. H is 25, R is 20. The differential of R is 0.5. Okay, what is the percentage error in the computed volume? 0.5%, sir. Parang si Roden lang naman nag-attend sa klase ko, tapos si Sean, nag-reply nung una. Wala naman na yung unang naka-open cam. Nawawala na sila. Okay, 0.5%. Very good. Okay. So let's try. That is, the volume is pi r squared. Volume is equal to pi r squared times h. Tama? Wherein h is constant. So we have your dv all over v. So ang derivative ni v is constant si pi tsaka si h. Di ba? H is constant. So parang multiplier lang siya. Huwag kayong mag-ano dyan product rule ha. Kasi si h is constant. And then times baba 2 r minus 1, the derivative ni r is 2 dr. Divided by v. So ano si v natin? Pi r squared h. So makancel si h, makancel si pi, makancel si r, may isang r may iwan. So parang twice dr all over r. So 2 dr is 0.05 divided by 4. Tama ba? Divided by 20, sabi sana. 20. So 20 times 0.05 divided by 20, that is 1 all over 20. So ang question is percentage error. So times 100. So that is, saan ako nalito? 2 times 0.05 divided by 20. So times 100. So that is 0.5%. Okay? 0.5%. Nakuha nyo guys? Yeah. Okay. Next class is that, by the way, yun lang sa percentage error sa differential. Do you have questions sa differential? Uploaded lahat to yung sa LMS natin. Okay? So next naman class is yung sa may parametric equations. Madali lang to class, derivative pa rin to sa parametric equation natin. So only that, ito yung sa parametric equation natin. Okay? So given class, let y be equal to function of x and be a function whose parametric representation is given in the form, iba yung function for x and then iba yung function for y. So dx all over dt is the rate of x with respect to t, and then dy all over dt is the rate of change of y with respect to your t. So, for example, class, given this 2, paano mo makukuha yung dy all over dx mo? So, pag dividin mo lang yung dalawa. Kasi di ba pag ang dy all over dx mo is dy all over dt times dx all over dt, parang di ba dy all over dt times reciprocal nito dt all over dx, makancel si dt, that is just equal to your dy all over dx. So, ang first things first, kunin mo muna yung derivative ni y, then kunin mo yung derivative ni x with respect to t, then pag-divided mo para makuha mo si dy all over dx. Okay? And what if we get the second derivative of that class? So, pag second derivative naman class is d squared y all over dx squared, di ba? So, kunin ko yung derivative ngayon class nung na-derive ko na. So, d all over dx times dy all over dx. However, class, ang given dito is that yung dy all over dx na masosolve mo yan is with respect to t pa rin. So, the derivative of your dy over dx with respect to t, okay, ang makukuha mo dito is d all over dy, so d dy, and then dt all over dx. Kailangan mawala si dt, tapos itong dx square natin is mag-square. So, I need to multiply dx, and then I I need to multiply dt all over dx para makancel si dt, and then maging square ang ating dx para magkaparehas dito. Okay? So, example. Yan. Madali lang sa inyo ito ulit. So for example, class, t cube given is x is equal to t cube plus 1. Okay. Makinig kayo mabuti Find dy all over dx. So, unang class is that, kunin mo muna ang, di ba ito class, this is dx, derivative ni x with respect to your t. Tama ba? Kasi t yung independent variable natin. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Okay? So, magiging equals, ano ang derivative ni t cube? 2t squared. Ano ang derivative ni 1? 0. Okay, meron ka ng dx all over dt. Next, derivative ni y with respect to your t. So, magiging derivative ni t squared is 2t. Para makuha mo ang dy all over dt, dx, di ba kailangan mong, di ba, class, di ba, ang dy all over dx is parehas lang pag dy all over dt all over dx all over dt. Kasi makancel si dt dyan, di ba? Ang maiiwan, dy all over dx. So, magiging, ang dy all over dt mo is 2t all over, dx all over dt mo ay 2t squared. So, maiiwan dyan is cancel, 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 meron isa. It is 1 all over t. So, ang dy all over tx mo is 1 all over t. Tama ba? 2t. 2t squared. Sakto na. One ko na yung at atong sa dakat katungtong ko. Sakto ba? 3t squared.
Your 3t squared po ba dapat?
Sabi na eh. Mag-ano kayo, mas maganda kung isalita nyo class kasi kasi hindi ko nakikita yung habang nagsusulat ako. Ha? Yan. Di, may mali pala tayo. Yan. Dapat 3t yun. So, ito ay 3. Okay? So, walang makakancel out. Draw. Okay, so dapat ito is, ang t cube ay 3t squared. So, dx all over dt is 3t. This is 2t. So, magiging 2/3 t. 2 over 3t. Sakto na? Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, mangyayari is, meron ka ng dy all over dx which is 2 all over 3t. Okay? So, paano ko kukunin yung d squared y all over dx squared? Ang mangyayari dito is, ito ang ide-derive mo yung given mo na. So, ibig sabihin, class, in terms of t pa rin. Kumbaga, ito, class, pangalanan to ng function. Kumbaga, di ba, ito ng t cube plus 1, that is function of x. Itong t squared plus 1, that is function of y. Itong 2 all over 3t, class, that is function of dy all over dx. Di ba, nung dinerive natin itong x, that is derivative of x with respect to t. Di ba parang derivative of x with respect to t. Di ba parang ganyan? Okay, so ganito ang pag-derive mo sa second naman class. For the second derivative class, okay, magiging the derivative of, anong pangalan ng function nito, that is dy all over dx. Okay, with respect to, in terms of t, dt. Okay? So ngayon class, ang problema natin, ang kailangan natin is second derivative. So dapat second derivative ni dy. So okay na to. D of dy is d squared y. Okay na yon. Ang dx squared, dalawang dx, kulang tayo ng isang dx. So dapat magmumultiply tayo ng 1 all over dx. Tama ba? Wala namang dt dito class, diba? So kailangan matanggal si dt. So magmultiply tayo ng dt. Ganon siya. Para matanggal si dt. So, d of dy is d squared y, dx times dx is dx squared. Makancel na si dt. O, di ba? Perfect na. Okay? So, sir, saan ko kukunin itong dt all over dx mamaya? Ayun, meron kang dx all over dt dyan. Pero baliktad. So, that is dx all over dt. Pag binaliktad ko yan, magiging, di ba, parang 3t squared all over 1. Pag binaliktad ko yan, kinuha ko reciprocal nila, dt all over dx is just equal to 1 all over 3t squared. Okay? So, ito yung gagamitin natin mamaya dyan. So, mangyayari is, derivative muna nito. derivative ni ni 3 ni 2 all over 3t, okay, times 1 all over 3t squared. Multiplier to ito lang ang i-derive mo, si 2 all over 3t squared. Nakuha? Draw red 2. Okay? So ano ang derivative nito, class? 2/3, 1 all over 3, magiging 9t squared, di ba? Law squared yan. Then, law, derivative ni high is 0. So, wala na lang yon. Minus high times derivative ni law, that is 3. Tama ba? Negative 6 times 1 all over 3t squared. Equals, so magiging, i-delete ko na si 3, delete na yon. So, negative 2 all over 9t to the 4th. So that is the d squared y all over dx squared. Nakuha? Hindi kukunin yung the second derivative ni x, second derivative ni y, then pag-divide nyo. Hindi Derive mo yung na-derive na. Then mag-multiply kayo ng dt all over dx. Na-gets? So, ito yung sagot. Negative 2 all over 9t to the 4th. Okay. Let's try this another example. Okay, try naman this one. Ang given naman dito is in terms of u. So that is dx all over du. Okay, yung kanina in terms of t. Ito naman, with respect to t pala yan. Ito naman with respect to u. Try yung man, solve hanggang second derivative. Okay? Paki-try yung second derivative. Pwede nyo lang i-announce class yung sagot nyo na kung hindi ma-encode. Okay? Kung may nagtatry man. May nagtatry? Para aware lang ako. Para sagutin ko na. Hello? May nagtatry? Wala naman ata. Guys, may nagtatry guys. Hello? Guys, nagtatanong ako guys. May nagtatry ba guys? Guys, naririnig na ako?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
Yes po, sir.
Ano yun? Yung naririnig nyo ako or nagtatry kayo? Ano yung yes nyo na yun? Lahat wala nang sumagot.
Sir, naririnig po kayo.
sir, sagot. Sir.
Sagutin ko na?
Yes, sir.
Sige na nga. Okay. So, kunin natin class ang dx all over du muna. So, i-rewrite ko na lang dito para tayo ang mag-solve. X is equal to u cubed plus 1. Then y is equal to 4u squared minus 4u. Ayan, para may nag-message. 4 9u squared. Let's check 4 9u over squared. Wala, iba. Iba siya. Okay, let's try kung paano siya nakuha. For u squared yun. For u squared minus 4. Okay? So, magiging dx with respect to u, du is equal to 3u squared. Derivative ni 1 is 0. Tama ba? Derivative ni y with respect to u is equal to 8u minus 4. And then dy all over dx is equal to dy over du divided by dx over du. Cancel si du. So magiging 8u minus 4 all over 3u squared. Or that is 4u minus 1 all over 3u squared. So that is your dy all over dx. For the second derivative, okay, ano mangyayari doon? Derivative, okay, derivative, okay, dx squared y over dx squared is equal to derivative ni dy all over dx. So yung na-solve na natin, 4u minus 1 all over 3u squared with respect to u. Kasi in terms of u siya. Okay? Ngayon, ang kailangan natin is, kailangan pa natin ng isang dx and dy. Okay? So, ulit. Erase ko muna. Ganito para mag-gets nyo. Di ba itong d squared y all over dx squared class is the derivative, itong nakuha nating dy all over dx, dy all over dx with respect to u. Di ba? Ngayon, ang kailangan natin is, okay na tong d squared y kasi d of dy is d squared y. Itong with respect to u, du. Okay, wala tayo, ang kailangan na lang natin is dx squared. Ang meron is du dx. So, ang gagawin natin class, para maging doble si dx squared, mag-multiply tayo ng dx. And then, dx, 1 all over dx. Para dx times dx is dx squared. May du pa tayo dito, kailangan mawala yan. So, mag-multiply tayo ng du. Yung mag-cancel out yan. Tama? Sir, saan ko kukunin yung du all over dx? Ayun, so. Kunin mo yung reciprocal niyan. Du all over dx is equal to 1 all over 3u squared. Akuha. So, ganun lang. Tapos na. So, magiging the derivative of your, ano yun? 4 times u minus 1 all over 3u squared with respect to u times, ano ang du all over dx natin kanina? That is 1 all over 3u squared. 1 all over 3u squared. Okay? Ito lang multiplier lang to ha. Hindi to kasali sa derive. Baka mag-product rule kayo. Equals, quotient rule. 9u to the fourth, law squared. Law, 3u squared. Derivative ni high. Ano yan class? 4. Diba? Minus high, 4u minus 4. Ganun na lang. Distribute ko na si 4. 4u times 4. Derivative ni law. Ano ang derivative ni law class? Derivative ni 3u squared, 6u. Tama ba? Times 1 all over 3u squared. Simplifying further, it will give us 3u squared maging 12u squared minus 4u times 6u, that is 6, 12, 24. 24u squared. And then, negative 4 times 6u, negative 24u times negative plus 24u all over 9u to the fourth times 1 all over 3u squared. We simplify, this is makancel, magiging negative 12u squared plus 24u all over 9u to the fourth times 1 all over 3u squared. Right? Right? Ano ang pwede nating ilabas? Pwede nating ilabas ang 12 or 3 para makancel si 3. So becomes 3, 3, 6, 9, 12. So magiging 3 equals 3, 6, 4, negative 4u squared plus 24 divided by 3, 8. 8, pwede natin ilabas ang 3u. 8, makancel tong isang draw. Okay. 8 all over 9u to the fourth times 1 all over 3u squared. Cancel to, makancel yung isang squared. So negative 4u, or pwede kong ilabas ang 4u. So magiging 8 divided by, ay hindi, 8 lang no, pwede kasi wala namang u si 8. So ilabas natin ang 4. So magiging 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then 4u is negative 1. U. So negative u na lang. Wag ng 1u. Okay? So yung pangit ng 1. U lang. U all over, na-cut na yun, u. 9 times 3, 27. U to the 5th. So, yan yung d squared y all over dx squared natin. Check natin. 4, 2u ba yun? Wala, ba't mali? Saan din nagkamali, class? That is 8, 1 minus u. Tapos 9u to the 5th. 9u to the 5th. Oh my God. Ay, na-cancel din si 3. Na-cancel si 3 doon. Tama? 8 minus 4u. Anong sagot doon? That is 8 minus 8u. 8 minus 8u. Dapat 8 minus 8u. Na-cancel si 3 doon, so wala na. So, dapat 9u to the 5th. Correct na yung denominator natin. O, isa din nagkamali. Tulungan nyo naman ako, 9u to the 5th. 8. 3u long. 4u minus 1 ba yun? 4u minus 1. 4. Ay. Mali yung first derivative natin. 8u minus, libas ko si 4, dapat 2u ito. 8u minus 4. Tama ba? Ay, mga auntie, magsalita naman kayo. Sabi ko magsalita kayo, wag ano. Okay, dapat ito yung 8u natin, dapat 2u. Yan. Okay, so 2u ito. Tama? 4. So, 9. Low. Derivative ni high. So, dapat 8 ito. 8. Okay, minus high. 4. Dapat 8u din to. 8u minus 4. Derivative ni 6. Okay. So, dito din nagkamali. So, 3u squared 8, 16, 24. Kayo naman. Dumi-imi. So, baguhin natin. Wala mo lang nagsabi, guys. Ba't kayo ganyan? Nung nasa baba na ako, doon lang natin na-realize. Sana kanina pa. Okay, dapat 4, 2 pala yun kasi 8u minus 4, nilabas ko si 4, naging u minus 1 ang naiwan kanina. So, dapat 2u. Kaya second derivative, 9u to the fourth, law, derivative ni high is 8u. So 4 times 2 is 8 lang, 8. Minus high, 4, 2u minus 1, times derivative ni law, 6u. Sakto ba? 6u. Okay, times 1 all over 3u squared. Okay? So, maging 8, 16, 24, u squared minus 4 times 2u is 8u times 6u. Ilan yon? 4 times 2 times 6, that is 48. Negative 48u. And then 6u times 4, so 6 times 24, negative, so plus 24u. So dapat ito is 48u squared. All over 9u to the fourth times 1 all over 3u squared. 24u squared, that is negative 24u squared plus 24u all over 9u fourth, 1, 3u squared. Ano na to? Ilabas ko ay 3. So, magiging 3u, magiging negative 24. So, that is negative 8u plus 8 all over 9u to the fourth times 1, 3u squared. 3u, matanggal yung isa, may maiwan na u. So, magiging, ilabas ko si 8 dito, magiging 1 minus u, para mas maganda kung nasa loob ang negative sign, all over 9u to the fourth times u to the fifth. Okay? Sakto na? 8 times 1 minus u times 9u minus to the fifth. Okay. We got it right. Ito. I-screenshot nyo to and then i-try nyo sa notebook nyo. I mean, i-try nyo mamayang gabi. Screenshot nyo na lang, guys. Paki-screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Screenshot nyo na lang. Okay. And then this one, ang solution. Screenshot nyo. Anyway, nasa LMS naman pala. Okay. Yan yung sagot. Okay, na-gets? Sige. For this radius of curvature and the center of curvature, separate video na lang to. Gawin ko na lang siya bukas sa school. Okay? And then I will upload it. And then bukas ko ibibigay yung activity sa LMS ng hapon. Gawin nyo hanggang Sunday. And then by Monday or Tuesday, depende, we will be having your summative test. Yes? So I'll stop the sharing now. So I'll just send the link sa GC natin.